Mid-Valley Sports Show, Tim Peterson, Judge Rosie, and Dwayne Barker's on the board, and Gonzo just made an appearance. He was in and out of here like this hamburger stand.
Dude, I don't know, dude. I've heard transracial this summer. I've heard transgender, and I've heard trans staffer. Because Gonzo walked in as Gonzo, and he turned into Andy Villanueva, dude. just like, it was like, whoa, what happened, man?
Trans staffer?
Yeah.
Now, if we had a trans staffer apply, would you accept him or her onto the staff as a trans? I mean,
they could dress any way they want. But if
representing Mid-Valley Sports, though?
But if he's a dude, and I knew him as a dude, Bruce Jenner working for us would still be Bruce Jenner. I would never call him Kate.
Even if he dressed like Kate and looked like Kate and walked like Kate.
He's still a duck.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? Right? Sorry. You know how I feel. You trying to stir up trouble?
Yeah, it sounds
Dude, I've already been censored once this week.
You've been censored?
Yeah, Mid-Valley News censored me.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's
I used a Dennis Miller quote, and it was offensive to women, I guess.
Oh, wow.
Dennis Miller quote was offensive to women, so I don't know. So,
anyways, where were we?
We were where we always high school football.
Now, do you want to bring us up to speed on the stuff that's happening before we break down top divisions?
Yes.
Okay, let it rip, Peter.
Yeah, we'll just talk real quick with Amir. What's going on at Amir? I did receive some information this week from a local coach who was talking to me about it. He said the situation got so bad at Amir that he actually compared it to the DeWardy situation a few years ago when Crutchfield had left and Tip Sanders came in. And he was talking, they're down to like 5-6 guys over there. That bad because guys are just mass exodus. If I can get that out right. But there was a couple guys transferred to Monrovia. We talked about the Newsom, the running back kid. There was also a Kanan Chandler from Muir that transferred to Monrovia as well. And they lost another guy, I think, to Cathedral. So that was that, and we were just trying to figure out what was going on exactly over there. But then I started getting some basically anonymous emails. I don't know why they're anonymous. I mean, because if you want to,
everybody's anonymous these days.
But they were telling me that things aren't quite that bad. When they heard it, it's like, no, we still got 20+ guys. I mean, it's probably not the mirror of old where they had a lot of guys on the roster.
20+ guys. Are they talking across
25?
Across, is that just varsity? Or
he didn't really specify that.
Across freshman through varsity, because if you only got 25 and that much,
it's still low.
That's trouble.
Yeah, it's low.
Well, they're all going to play varsity.
And they were saying, they're mirror guys.
Guaranteed at least three Pacific League wins. So there you go.
I mean, the information I got, it was mirror guys, and they'll be fine. And we're still waiting to hear all the information, get the deals maybe from Coach Antoine Simpson. He could tell us.
I did. I bounced a little back and forth with Antoine. Yeah. He said he was fine. Said they were in shells over the weekend, and I asked them when they're going to be out so we can come. They said 4:45 today. A guy that's got something to hide is not going to tell us when they're out, when to be there, and stuff like that. So I don't know. I know I'm not trying. It's your source, not my source. I think if there had been an implosion at Muir, I think we would have heard about it a little sooner than the first week of August.
I think they've lost some guys definitely, but I don't think I don't think they're in dire straits.
But Muir always loses guys. Yeah. Everyone transfers out of Muir because they get cherry picked.
Alamany's a pipeline from Muir.
Yeah, Crespi, Alamany, Oaks Christian. I mean, come on.
Now the guy that did transfer was Jalen Newsom, a running back. He probably would have been the feature back this year because he's a senior. Gained like 300 some odd yards last year, but he only had 40 carries or something, so he wasn't the main guy, but he would have been this year as a senior, so that is a loss from Muir, and a nice pickup from Monrovia, who loses Cameron Johnson to Cathedral, but their guy over there is Lauren Spicer as far as their main running back, but I'm sure this kid.
Well, the way Chris Stevens runs the ball, he's bringing that Ontario Christian business there the last year or so, and then they got Asaph, and then they still got Asaph. Monrovia looks good. Although the San Marino people were very happy with me after I said maybe the Titans could pull something.
Yeah, and maybe they can with Shofi and those guys, but I think the window was more last year, but we'll see what happens. I mean, but I think Monrovia is better this year than they were last year.
Well, they're all familiar with Stevens.
But I mean, it's going to be interesting with Muir. I mean, and the whole thing with Arcadia, getting all the players they've gotten in. And then you still got Burroughs is good, and that Pacific is going to be pretty good. And CV, of course, it'll be CV. So
well, now you were at we were at Northview. And,
you were over that mall.
Yeah, dude, I was doing some work, man.
I was like, wow.
Well, apparently, the word I got from the party officials here at Mid-Valley Sports was I had to go out or I wasn't going to be credentialed this year. So
well, it was coming to that.
So I got out to Northview and I see a motorcycle accident.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal.
Yeah, that was pretty brutal. But they got that young kid at linebacker. That guy looked pretty good. Yeah.
David Burrell.
David
Yeah,
Barella.
number 55, a freshman.
Yeah, he's a freshman.
Yeah.
Put a fence around him along with Comstock.
Right.
And I'm sitting there, I'm watching Comstock play, and I thought he was good last year as a freshman. I'm looking at him, and it's like, now I wouldn't even let another coach breathe on him. I wouldn't go to any passing tournament. Yeah, he did. He made some really
In fact,
nice
that was probably
throws.
the best I'd seen him throw.
And then they got Grijalva.
Yeah,
Right?
Grijalva.
Grijalva. They got Antoine Ayers from.
You know, that was the
Auburn
guy I thought
Park.
was interesting because I had forgotten that they got Ayers until
Yeah,
he got
he
out
played
there.
quarterback last year for BP.
Yeah, because they got Dominic Ramirez, a receiver from Azusa, who transferred in. But I had forgotten about Ayers, so I see this number 10 making plays on the field. He had picked off a pass, and he was also playing on offense. And I said, "Hey, number 10," and to Coach Marcel Perez, he's, "Oh yeah, that's Antoine Ayers." Like, oh, that's Ayers, okay.
No,
but yeah, he looked really good.
Ayers' transfer is not being protested, but Ramirez's is.
It is, yeah.
So, even if they got those guys back week 5, that's perfect for the Valley Vista run, right? And they're going to be healthy with fresh legs. So,
yeah.
Here's the one thing that
But
I
they
thought.
still have Hooper and Cooper.
Oh yeah,
So those guys are just kind of icing on the cake.
Exactly.
And the way it looked Saturday is Hooper definitely is the feature back, the main back, and Cooper was playing.
They just got to make sure
too,
that
so.
line develops
Yeah.
and everything. But here was the part that I thought was magnificent. As I'm catching up with Marcel Perez, suddenly we talk about Pomona.
Yeah.
And you know what he said about Pomona.
Yeah, he said that he could totally understand the move of moving Lockett away from quarterback.
Liars make
And
baby
put him
Jesus cry. Lockett, Marcel Perez.
I forgot. Liars.
Gosh. Marcel Perez actually looked at him and I said, "What do you think about the move of Lockett to slot, running back, and all those other places?" And Marcel Perez says, I don't get it. He says, "I don't get it. As a defensive coordinator guy, I'd rather know where he's at."
This is after he filibustered him for like 20 minutes.
gosh.
So I'm out there taking pictures.
Gosh. Dude, just come on. Okay? But the truth was, he said that better to have him in a slot or someplace where I could put an athlete on him than in that decision-making place.
Yeah.
Now, Lockett is a great Lockett is a great athlete, but what makes him so dangerous is he's a great decision maker and a playmaker at quarterback. I look at him at the slot. I look at him at running back. He's really good, but I don't think he's anybody that you can't cover with your best player.
Yeah.
And he says, yeah, the difference is he's not handling the ball 100% of the time, and you don't know what he's going to do. And he likened it to Comstock situation.
Well, he's probably happy too that they're not in the Val Vista.
Yeah, I absolutely.
He doesn't have to worry about that.
But it was nice to hear Marcel Perez agreed with me.
Yeah, he did say that. Because when I came up, I said, "Hey, he goes, yeah, because I don't like the move at quarterback." But I mean, I
It's
still
not
think
his problem though.
I still think you could put him anywhere. And I think it had a lot to do with going on to play at the next level, and maybe Lockett had a say in that as well as where he's going to be playing.
Okay.
What did you think about? Because he already took some heat on the boards for this.
The statement of, "Oh man, he's a wrestler." Of course.
Well, not so much. Yeah, that, but also
that was kind of a flippant. That was a flippant remark. He wasn't serious about that.
No, I know, but him saying that he wouldn't mind seeing Comstock play a little safety or something.
Well, it's nothing we haven't seen before. We saw Steven Rivera play. We saw Dominic Salmon play some. Yeah. I've seen guys. I saw Leah Geary. Leah Geary, if he didn't play defensive back in school, wasn't going to end up at BYU.
But every time I saw Rivera out there, though, part of me did cringe, though, because what if he does get hurt? That hurts a lot, especially with Northview. Comstock got hurt playing safety. It's like, I had him back there and he can make plays.
Well,
but if he gets hurt,
you got Antoine Sims, who played quarterback last year at BP. So what else we got? Because we got about a minute left. What else we got? Come on, Chato.
What else we got? We're out at SC practice, but that's.
I'm talking high school, bro. You don't have any more high school stuff? So I get words because I don't know if you guys remember last year I was kind of pro Village Christian. They got off to like a 4-1 start.
Oh, I saw that
5-1 start.
Yeah,
I got off to a good start. Mark Bates, the old OC guy, OC Christian guys there, made some good contact with him. I heard some good stuff building for this year. So I dropped it in there. I said, hey, keep an eye on Village Christian. Usually I'm a Valley Christian honk, other than Maranatha or something like that. And so I honked for Village Christian, and then I got this text from Falcon One, or this message saying, Joe, man, they might not win a game this year. And I'm like, it's kind of like your report on Muir.
Yeah.
I said, whoa, what happened? Because it seems like things were okay.
Picking up a little bit, with Bates there. I saw that same thing, and I'm kind of, and the way he said it just kind of sounded like he was in the know. I mean, you think sometimes you don't know these comments get thrown out. It couldn't be anything.
Yeah, because the last comment I read had me transferring to the Rosemead Review, but I had this wait a 30-day sit out.
Yeah, probably. So
So
I mean, it'll be
anyway.
interesting to see if they what happens.
Okay, we're going to take a break, and then in the third segment, we're going to come back and we're going to start talking about the divisions. We're going to talk Southeast and Mid Valley, then we're going to talk Central and Northwest. This is the Mid Valley Sports Show.